Cat Jam in the car. We are here with our special guest today, Gary Robertson.
Hey, how you doing? Good to see you.
Hey, Gary. Welcome to my Porsche Taycan. How do you think?
It's a great car. You really went all out on this podcast. I know, but you guys can't see what's going on here, but we have a view of the city.
Yes.
But to rent the space, it was free because we just pulled into the spot, and we're probably going to get arrested before the end of the podcast.
Yeah,
so
we park at the Sunset Plaza. It's just like lots of big, the TV show, Selling Sunset.
Yeah,
it's
Selling Sunset, the office right there.
It's right
You'll
there.
see the Kardashians go over there sometimes. You got some good restaurants right behind us. So stop by Sunset Plaza.
Yes. All right, so Gary, first, I want to make sure you are sanitized. I have different hand sanitizer in my car. There is a regular one. There is also like lavender ones. Do you want some hand sanitizer? Make sure it's sanitized.
I'm good.
You're good? Okay, cool. All right, so let's get started. So, all right, Gary, there's also something I want to tell you. If you want some massage in the car, you can get it as well.
I'm good.
It's not from me, okay?
Oh, I know.
It's not from me, all right? So I don't give massage even.
But your car does.
Yeah, this car, if you press a button by your seats, this Porsche will give you free massage. It's super cool as well.
Talk about a happy ending.
Oh my God. Also, another thing, don't worry, I'm not driving. I know you're worried. I'm an Asian driver. I'm going to park the car here.
Yeah, I saw you when you pulled in. You almost got in a car crash.
No way. Hey, I'm not such a good driver, by the way. After this, we're going to go Fast and Furious ride, okay? Are you ready?
No, not really.
No, not really. Okay, cool. All right, so let's get it started. Gary, tell us about you. Because actually tonight, Gary and I going to be at a comedy store. Right?
Yeah, the Belly Room Comedy Store tonight with Daryl Hammond headlining. It's gonna be a great show. I don't think you'll. This podcast will probably be airing after it happens, so it will have been an amazing show had you been there.
Yeah, but we're gonna do more shows in Comedy Store as well, right?
Yeah.
So like everywhere. Actually, the first time I met Gary was Gary's doing his own show at a Flapper Comedy. Can you tell us about your show as well, Gary?
Yeah, I mean it's just another show with great headliners and a lot of fun and. Flapper's another great venue with great food and everything, but the Comedy Store is kind of legendary. It's a lot of fun to be here, and I know you're gonna get booked coming up because I've heard that you got some bookings coming up. So
yeah, I'm excited at Comedy. So what's your favorite venue to perform? By the way,
I like all of them. Every venue has a different quality to it. They all have a different audience. They're all a lot of fun. It's really what you make of it. So
okay,
you can perform at a bowling alley. It'll still be good.
Yeah, like I feel like in LA, like comedians like performed everywhere. I've seen people perform at parking lot as well. Have you ever done that?
No, but we're in a parking lot now, so this could be the first time. So
yeah, totally. Like why not, right? So parking lot is cool. This parking lot has the best view, $1 million view here. Honestly.
Yeah. I take photos of my ex-girlfriend here, or like at the stairwell, because you got these. You got a view of the city behind you, so it's really cool. So
Gary, you're also a photographer, right? Oh, by the way, there is something about Gary you guys don't know. Gary's also Emmy-nominated.
Yeah, it's just for editing, though.
Editing. Editing is so cool, right? Tell us about it a little bit, like editing stuff, like how you get into it.
How you got into it? Well, I've been editing ever since I was a kid, and my first job, I interned for Quincy Jones Entertainment when they started up. And then I started doing some in-house editing there, and then I edited for an advertising firm, and I started doing promos for CBS and Sony and Universal, and then I started writing the promos, and that's kind of how I got into comedy, because when you write promos for TV, you have to be very concise in the way you write, and it's got to get right to the point and hopefully be funny sometimes too. Like I did all the promos for like America's Got Talent.
Wow.
I'm sorry, America's Funniest Home Videos, not America's Got Talent. America's Funniest Home Videos, Married with Children, Something I'll Never Be. I did all the promos for Ripley's Believe It or Not. Believe it or not.
What is that? I actually don't know.
It's an old program where they have all these crazy things that you would or wouldn't believe. And there's a museum in Hollywood, the Ripley's Believe It or Not Museum, too.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that. Yeah. So, like, what's the best project you ever worked on? Like, what's the one you actually nominated for Emmys?
Well, that wasn't a big one. That was like a promo. But I've done some comedy specials. I did Jimmy Sheen's comedy special. That was a lot of fun. I've done some long form program, a number of long form TV programs and stuff. I've done thousands of videos, so it's kind of hard to keep track of them. I think the stuff that gives back is always good. I did some music videos for the homeless, one called Forgotten People with the pop star named Jeremy Jordan. So the music videos are always kind of fun, and the songs and everything. So
Okay, so Gary, you are like multi-talented. You do editing and
Well, I don't know if I'm good at
photographer.
anything. I just do a lot of things.
You do
So,
lots of. What's your favorite thing, by the way? Like, what's your
directing.
directing? So
Yeah.
you want to get into directing as well,
I've been
right?
doing that forever too.
Oh, cool. What
So,
have you? Have you?
music
directed?
videos, commercials, all
Right.
kinds of stuff. It's so funny. We're in a parking lot. There's always random creepy people walking around, and we're just wondering if we're gonna get like carjacked or something.
But I feel like this spot is pretty safe because like on Sunset, this is like West Hollywood. But if you park at the parking lot at Hollywood, it may not be safe. By the way, because the last time my friend came over to watch me perform at some venue in like a bourbon room in Hollywood, and then he parked right like just like outside of the venue, and then when he got out, his car got like break into. I think that some homeless, like his car is like right next to the homeless tents, and he said that maybe it's a homeless guy kind of breaking into his car.
Well, we had a guest. Wait, who's Hasselhoff? David Hasselhoff's one of his wives was at our comedy show the other night, and she went home, and then her car was stolen the next morning.
What?
So yeah, and she broadcasted a whole thing about it. So
Oh gosh, that's kind of like LA right now, like
yeah, welcome to
Hollywood.
LA.
I feel like West Hollywood is safer, right?
Not really. I mean, here's the thing. Like, I don't even watch horror films anymore. I just turn on the Nextdoor app, and so I get notifications of all the crazy stuff going on around here.
You mean next door app in Hollywood?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Well, I live here, so it's like there's all kinds of crazy stuff going on here.
Yeah. By the way, today is so cloudy. It's so rare. Like we have like raining, cloudy days here in LA, right?
Yeah, it's all overcast now.
Yeah. I feel like when it starts raining in LA, no one knows how to drive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they don't know how to drive anyway, so the rain just makes it even worse.
It's just like generally speaking, no one knows how to drive in LA.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think you're a good driver?
I'm a good driver?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Pretty good.
Better than me?
Probably.
Okay. We're gonna.
Well, wait. That's a stereotype though, because my ex-girlfriend was actually she was a Filipina. And actually an amazing driver. I'm all, like, she would back into this parking space. I'm like, how are you pulling that off? Like, and I went to the Philippines once for a wedding, and the drivers on the freeway were incredible. Like, I would have gotten in, it would have been like bumper cars for me. They're amazing. They're weaving in and out of the traffic. So that's a wise tale. There's a lot of good Asian drivers out there.
Yeah, I think like if you go to like Asia, like you can see people drive so crazy, but they manage not to crash.
Yeah.
That's a skill, right?
Yeah, it's like bumper cars.
Yeah, and there's like bicycles, people just walking around. Like, it's cool. I mean, so I don't think an Asian driver is a bad driver.
No,
from that
just here
perspective.
they are.
Just here in America. Yeah, no, maybe because they don't know how to read a sign. I mean, I'm just kidding. I should not say that. I'm Asian myself, right? But I like,
Yeah, how come they're so amazing at kung fu and so bad at driving? Like, how can they just... But this is like too tough. Like, why do you think that is?
I honestly don't know. Like, I don't know how the stereotype of Asian driver are bad drivers, because I've seen lots of good Asian drivers, honestly. Look at Fast and Furious, like, right?
Yeah, so, Tokyo Drift.
Yeah, like Asians are pretty good at drifting as well.
Well, they're drifting when they're not supposed to. That's a problem, I think.
Just drift anytime. All right, so Gary, tell us about your comedy. How did you get into comedy?
I went through a divorce, and I don't know if you guys go through a divorce, you're up for anything after it happens. Like if somebody says, hey, you want to go skydiving? Okay, why not? Because your life is totally different. So I was coincidentally with Jimmy. He would come out to support me, and I was managing a pop star back then. He would come and support us, and we'd go support him. And after my divorce, I was at the Comedy Store in the Belly Room where we're going to be performing tonight. And I said to him, oh, I'd try that. And he said, okay, I'll get you up next month. And so then they got me up the next month, and I tried it and went okay. You know, I worked on an act for like a month. And then second time, it got a little better. And the third time, I had like a really strong set in the original room. And then I've been doing it ever since. So that was like 9 years ago.
Okay, so you've been doing comedy almost 10 years, basically. 10, right?
Yeah, close. Yeah, 9 years, yeah.
So you got into comedy because you went through divorce. They say comedy comes from tragedy, which is... totally right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so I went through a really bad breakup this year as well because my ex doesn't want me to do comedy.
How come?
He doesn't want me to go out at night. I mean, like, there's no daytime comedy.
Okay, for a jealous person, this is not a good game. Because, like, we're out there at night at clubs. A lot of people come up to you after. Like my ex-girlfriend was very jealous and thought that
Okay.
like every girl I ran into was interested, and believe me, they're not lined up for me. Okay, so it's like, but every girl, like the host has to be really nice when they bring you up, and she would always go, "That girl likes you." I'm all, no, you have to be nice when you bring up the comedian.
You mean like it's kind of sort of what breaks camel's back? Like your relationship is also because you do comedy. Is that why?
Well, I think that was a contributing factor. She was just kind of naturally a little jealous, but but great otherwise. Like every great quality except for that. But and we're on good terms and everything. But it's just when you're in comedy and you're with a jealous partner, they are going to be wary of everybody around you. They're not going to want you staying up late all the time and out late all the time with you have to market yourself and to meet people. So it's a very difficult thing if you're dating somebody who's a little jealous to.
Right, exactly. I feel like it takes some special kind of person, like a partner, to accept you're doing comedy, like you said, right?
Yeah.
You have to go out at night a lot. Yeah. So like, what's your favorite comedy special you ever edited? I know you mentioned about like you edited comedy special as well.
Yeah, I directed a couple of them this year, and I produced and edited his first one. It's on Amazon Prime. It's called Jimmy Shin's Walk of Shame. I did Sarah Halstead's RVs and Cats too. I cut that and then helped produce that. And I just filmed Jimmy's new one in Tacoma, Washington, and it's going to be really amazing. I think it's going to be next level for him, and really excited to get that done. I got Greg Ware's comedy special. We filmed at the Comedy Chateau. That's looking really good. So Richard Chasler's. I did it Genghis Cohen. So I got a lot on the way. I'm still editing them, so I can't say what's going to be my favorite yet, but I'm really excited for the next 3 that are coming out, and we'll see where they go.
So Gary, are you doing your own special soon as well?
I planned that this year.
Oh,
well, now
cool.
we're in this year. It's 2023, so like.
Oh, so you're doing it?
Yeah.
Oh,
I plan it probably be second half because I'll be busy with their comedy specials for the next couple months, and I'm writing mine out, and it's a very different flow. Like we're used to doing. Typically in LA, you're going to do like 7 to 15 minute sets. But when you do a comedy special, you're doing 45, 50 minutes. So you really have to write it with a different flow. It's got to have a whole arc and a whole storyline and a beginning, middle, and end and everything. So it's a different format. So I'm working on that right now.
Of course. So
how long have you been doing comedy?
I mean, I am still new, like only 2 years.
But you're doing great. Yeah, you're playing all the different venues. You're getting around there. You've already lost a boyfriend over it.
That's good bonus coming out of this, right? But I've been doing improv for a while. I started drama for years and years, and that was at an improv school. The Nerdist on Sunset.
Oh, okay.
So I started over there. That's how I got into comedy. I started writing some comedy script, and then that's my friends, my stand-up comedian. So, all right, what else you like to do besides doing comedy? Like people say lots of comedians are boring, like depressed. How do you feel about people think comedians are depressed? Like lots of people has this stereotypes that almost comedians are depressed. Like, how do you feel about that?
I don't care.
So you are.
Whatever people. No, I'm not depressed at all. I don't think.
Okay.
I think
yeah,
I'm
that's
rarely,
a stereotype
but,
as well. I feel like.
Yeah, it is a stereotype, but it is a common thing because of so many famous comedians who've either taken their life or died from drug overdoses or problems. So it's a common theme that is reinforced by the news that we experience. A lot of times.
Yes.
But I know a lot of comedians who aren't depressed at all. They enjoy comedy, they love doing it, and it's a very satisfying thing to make a lot of people laugh. So
yeah, I feel the same way. I mean, I'm still new to comedy, but I don't want to get on the route. People say, oh, comedians, they're just depressed. I don't believe in that as well.
Yeah, you don't have to be.
So Gary, where are you originally from?
I grew up in San Diego.
Wow,
the main streets of La Jolla.
Very local.
What about your family? Where's your family?
My family, lots of my family are here as well, but lots of my family is still in China. So all spread out. So it's all over.
What do they think of you doing comedy?
I mean, I'm kind of like the black sheep of the Asian family. I think, I get to do whatever I want to do. Of course, my family wish I could just, become a doctor or a lawyer, but I'm not smart enough to do that. So I'm just doing this. I'm just joking. I think I'm very smart.
No, you have to be smart to do comedy.
Yeah,
because
I'm just joking.
You have to look at situations in a
comedians
different way.
Yeah, exactly. I think observations and the most comedians are very good writers. We write our own jokes. By the way, do you write your own jokes?
Yeah, all of them.
So you're right. Lots of people told me, oh, some comedians, have joke writing team later on. Like, how do you feel about that? Like, people write the
I
jokes
think
for you.
some people aren't natural writers, so sometimes if they need it, then other people can write for them. And there's a lot of great comedians who are great performers, but maybe not great writers, so they require a team. It's really whatever works. I mean, the whole goal is to make the audience laugh, to have a good time, and if you want to create, send a message, and that's doable too. But it's whatever people feel the need to do. I like writing my own stuff. I only connect to the stuff that I write, so I don't really want. I don't like when people give me like. Sometimes they'll come up to me and they'll try to give me like lines or something. I never take them for the most part.
Yeah, I have this kind of thing happen as well. Like when I did my set, and then some people will come over. Like there are some non-comedian comedians said, "Oh, there are some great jokes for you." Like sometimes I would listen to them.
Yeah.
I would like, okay. Like one time, this like a very very old Jewish kind of comedian said, "Oh, Kat, I'm gonna write some jokes for you," and he wrote a bunch of jokes for me, and it sounds very like not like me.
Yeah.
It's very much just I don't know how to say that words. Like people talk about like yellow fever kind of thing, right? Like his joke sounds very yellow fever, and it's like I'm like, oh, okay, I'm not gonna say those kind of jokes. Yeah. That's just not me. But I don't know. All right, another thing I want to talk about is like the whole cancel culture in like comedy world. People talk about like, oh, nowadays it's hard for comedians to write jokes because you don't want to offend anybody, right?
Yeah.
Like, how do you feel about the whole cancel culture thing in comedy world?
Early on, all my comedy was like really going for shock value. So I said the most inappropriate things I could come up with. During the Zoom times when everything was recorded during the pandemic lockdowns, I kind of rewrote a lot of stuff so it would be more presentable and I wouldn't be canceled from Zoom. So, but I still think it's important to be a little edgy and to make people think and to sometimes shock people and maybe have them feel a certain type of way, So we ought to have a very wide. It's so funny. It's starting to rain, by the way.
Yeah, they just start dripping right now.
See, that's the occupational hazard of doing a podcast in a car. It's starting to rain, but it's cool. You'll hear a little pitter patter here.
Yeah, but it's so cool to watch the rain from.
Yeah. So I think part of our jobs is I think who said it? Dave Chappelle said it. It's our job to speak recklessly. So, I don't believe in cancel culture. I think we ought to be able to say whatever we can as long as it's not using certain words that are just obviously offensive. But it's a performance. So we're trying to create some kind of emotional response in the audience. I used to call it a psychological attack on the audience.
Right.
But that was when I was doing shock value stuff. But it's whatever. It's an art form that you do all different techniques. So.
Yeah, I think lots of comedy comes from surprise, right?
Yeah.
Like I always found the jokes most funny ones, like surprising and unexpected. Speaking of cancel culture thing, like I know being a male white male comedian.
I've always been a male, by the way, too.
Yeah,
So.
Yeah, totally.
Born male.
You didn't enjoy. Okay.
I haven't transformed yet. It's not too late though. So, Bruce Jenner is so inspiring. I mean, Caitlyn.
Oh, that's one of your jokes, right? Can you tell us? Tell us the joke again, because that's one Gary's famous joke about that, right? You want to do a joke right now?
The funny thing about it is I have a whole bit about Caitlyn Jenner,
right.
And I worked with his son, and his son is a really nice little guy.
There are so many.
Brandon? Wait.
Okay, because they're a couple, right?
Brandon.
Okay.
Yeah, it's so fun. And what are the odds of that? Like, I end up directing his son in a spot for a new reality series, like a new music reality series that's coming out soon.
Oh, so you're directing that one?
Yeah,
that's awesome.
So it's just it's such a small world. Like, you make fun of somebody and then you end up working with their relatives. I mean, it's so bizarre.
How do you feel about his son? Think about your jokes.
I think he would probably be cool with that. I think they have to. I think they understand that it's a very unusual situation for their father, who's a world champion athlete, to transform into a woman after so long. So, and by the way,
have you talked to him about that?
No. And I just worked with him one day, so we didn't talk at length. But it's just, the irony is that I have a clip on YouTube that has that joke in it, and if he ever saw it, he'd see that I'm making fun of his.
Yeah, I remember that's one of your most memorable jokes.
Well, it's one I open with it sometimes, not all the time, but frequently lately.
Right.
It's because I think it's so interesting. I mean, it's not a mean-spirited bit. Like, part of it is that I date her. I'd love to date an Olympic gold medalist. That kind of thing. So. It's not a mean-spirited bit, but it is a very interesting situation. Another thing that we can look at, like, as a comedian, transforming. It's a very interesting thing. I mean, I'm not for or against it. It's just very interesting one way or another.
Yeah, I think it's like people's freedom. You can do whatever you want as long as you don't hurt other people, right?
Yeah.
That's like the thing. Like, why people care too much about how other people live their life. That's the thing. All right, so Gary, we're gonna move on to some fun questions. Yeah. And those are the questions. It's just regarding to relationship. You talk about you.
But by the way, the other funny thing about this podcast is there's a guy sitting in a car right next to us the entire time too. So they're probably spying on us. So
I know. I wonder that too. Is that like a spy? He looks kind of like spy.
Yeah,
by the way.
We're being rained on. We're being spied at. We got people walking behind us. So.
I have this like James Bond vibe right now.
I know. Well, you look like it. I don't know. You can't see what's going on, but Kat pulls up and pulls out like a million pieces of gear and then sets up this whole podcast in like 5 minutes. It would take me probably 2 hours because I'd be carefully putting the cameras. She throws a camera up, there's a camera, there's a mic, and it's ready to go.
Yes. Like
you podcast like you drive, Fast and Furious.
Totally. It's like a Bond girl. I'm like spy. You're in a spy film right now.
Yeah.
All right. So Gary, I'm gonna ask you some questions.
These are written in Cantonese.
Yes. Yeah. Cantonese or Mandarin. By the way, Cantonese and Mandarin are totally different language.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't understand Cantonese at all.
Oh,
I mean, like, I understand a little bit. I don't know how to speak.
Yeah.
So Chinese is very complicated.
We're
So
learning
that's
stuff today. Who would have known?
That's like a foreign language for me, Cantonese. Yeah. All right. So Gary, what is the deal breaker in your relationship?
Jealousy. That was easy.
Oh yeah, I think we talked about that, right?
Well, it's very recent. It's like
when did you guys break up?
Literally a week ago, basically. I mean, because I went down to La Jolla to perform, and the whole time she was texting me like, "I'm gonna hook up with these girls or whatever down there," and I'm all, "No, I'm not. Like, I'm not looking for any other girl." Like, and then so here's the crazy thing. So normally I would put her on Skype so she could see that this isn't attracting a lot of women to my hotel room, right? So
you have like a FaceTime him.
Yeah, we do. So I had FaceTime all the time.
There's no woman sitting next to you.
Oh yeah, like she would flip out with this whole thing right now.
Oh my gosh, we have shared same experience. My ex is the same. Like everywhere I go, he wanted me to FaceTime him. Like he's like, okay, FaceTime me right now. Make sure there's no guy sitting next to you.
Oh, that's so fun. That's exactly what I was doing. I would even put like Jimmy. We'd be having lunch. I put him on screen so she could see I'm not with a girl. So this was the problem. So then I was so tired. I drove down to La Jolla. I went to the hotel room after performing. I was exhausted. I fell asleep. And then I woke up at 1:30 in the morning and I saw that she had called at 11:30 like numerous times, like, and I slept through it. So she assumes that I was sleeping with some girl at my hotel room.
Wow.
And I was like literally dead asleep like this. So
maybe you have to like just put your phone like FaceTime where you're sleeping the whole time. So
well, I even sent her a video. I said, "There's nobody here." Like, I didn't hear back, and I knew that she was furious, and I knew that she assumes that I was sleeping with some girl down there because I happen to know a lot of people down there.
Wow.
So anyway, that was kind of the end of that.
Yeah.
But we're on good, she's a great girl. I like everything about her. I mean, other than that, she was probably great. Like everything about her. She's on my Instagram if you want to see her too.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I want to.
She has no social media, so you can take a look. You'll never,
Oh, that's another thing. Like for me, like when I was dating somebody, I want somebody who's not on social media.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why.
It's hard to find. Well, we'll have to hook my ex up with your ex because my ex isn't on social media, and
Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of like my thing. All right, so next one. What's a green flag of your first date?
A green flag. So, in other words, a positive thing. That the girl is, I think, just nice. Number one, I think that's kind of a good thing.
I think you're lying. You gotta be. I think you definitely want to see someone who's hot, right?
Well,
like,
I mean,
guys have some visual. I feel like.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there has to be a physical attraction, obviously.
Right.
But beyond that, like, so that's a given. but beyond that, like, hopefully the person's nice too.
So basically, it's everything. You have to be pretty. You have to be nice. You have to be just everything.
Well, fun. Yeah, fun to be with. Nice, pretty, attractive, and a great personality.
Whole package.
And yeah.
All right.
I mean, but that's what everybody's looking for. You're looking for the same thing, right?
No, I don't. I just want to find like some guy who is not crazy. I'm just joking. I don't know.
Well, so you're gonna have to move out of this city probably for that. So.
Yeah, moved out of California.
Although the guy in the car right to the right of us might be the the one. You never know.
Oh my gosh, this guy sitting next to us, not this guy, another car, he totally look like a spy, right?
Oh yeah.
That
he's
is so funny.
KGB definitely.
Yeah, he looks like this Russian spy there. I wish I can show the video. I can for the privacy.
yeah. Don't do that.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. That's gonna be bad. All right, what's a red flag of your first date?
Yeah, well, there's not a lot of
Like a first date.
Oh, okay,
like,
wait.
Not like a
there was
relationship.
one.
Yeah.
I remember I went on one date right in this. I used to take girls to the Sunset Plaza, like to Cravings across the street. That was my. And then if I was dating somebody long term, and they asked where our first date was, I always knew it was always the same place because I'd taken to the same place.
Right.
But I took this one girl there, and I could tell we just weren't vibing at all. Like we weren't getting along. Like we just weren't. You know how you have a repertoire with somebody, you can talk to them, communicate well. We weren't communicating well. We weren't seeing eye to eye, and for some reason she didn't want to let me go, and I wanted to like leave, but like it just got funny to me because I felt like I was trapped in this date, and I'm not rude enough to walk out or anything, so I just said, oh, look at the time. I was trying.
How did you guys meet? On the dating app?
Yeah, dating app.
Which one?
It was probably that was probably like Match.com or something.
Oh, that's not a dating app. It's like a dating website. I think it's like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
It's like nobody uses that anymore, right?
No, but Tinder and Bumble are still on websites too. You don't have to use them on your phone.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I know lots of people on Hinge and those kind of like dating app right now. Are you on any dating apps?
I'm on all of them.
You're like, I'm gonna take it all.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's great.
Which one is
you
your
see all the
favorite?
same ones. You see the same people on all the different sites too.
That's so funny. Yeah. By the way, what's a dating life for you here in LA? People say dating in LA is like American Horror Story. It's really hard, right? So like, what's your dating life here in LA? Do you think I feel it's easier for guys here, like better for girls?
I don't think I don't know. I think it's fun just to meet new people anyway. Like even if you don't have any expectations. And it's just fun to meet new people and find out what their stories are and what their life has been like and what made them who they are. So I've never had what I consider a bad date except for that one where I was a prisoner. But
you were a prisoner.
So it's always fun for me. So like whether I meet people or not, like but it is a pain though because you know it's like you
have to swipe right. It's
it's like you're playing a video game, you know.
Yeah, and there like lots of my guy friends said there are so many like catfish like on dating app.
I don't see a lot of those, but
you're lucky then.
But probably girls see more of that, right?
No, they said lots of guys see lots of catfish as well. It's like when girls show up, they don't look at their pictures. I
think being a photographer helps me see what the potential flaws how things might look different. And plus, you know, like
you're gonna see through this, right?
You're
gonna see through everything. So like I'm wearing like my glasses. Like sometimes I'm gonna see through this, see through everything. By the way, this is really cool.
Is that a camera glass?
This is camera. I'm not recording you. Don't worry about it. Yeah, I may have a recording. I'm recording you right now.
Oh, okay, cool.
This is like
that's a nice view.
The Ray-Ban, like a Ray-Ban wafer, like smart glasses. I can record people as well if I see. Total like
I see the cameras right there.
Oh, the spy.
I saw those. I was gonna get one. I thought
it's really cool. I like it. And also like this cameras. One is UV. And once their sunlight hits, we're turning into like sunglasses.
Oh, okay.
That's cool. Okay, we're running out of time. We're gonna play a game at the end. This game is okay, hold on. This game is one of my favorite board game as well. Basically, there are 3 different categories. There's like you can pick cards. One is icebreaker. Another one is deeper. Oh no. Icebreaker, deep and deeper.
All right.
So, like you can pick
cards.
let's
skip icebreaker. Let's go to deep. How many are you gonna do?
You can pick 3 questions. Basically.
Okay. So let's go deep, and we'll see how that is. And then
this one first, the icebreaker, deep and deeper.
Yeah.
Pick cards. Yeah.
Okay. So I'll pick one.
Yeah, pick one.
Okay. And then you're gonna read it.
So this question, we both have to answer the question as well. Do you want to read the questions?
If you could be fluent in another language, which would it be and why?
I would say French.
Oh, I thought you were going to say English.
Oh my gosh, this sounds very racist right now, Gary.
I would say Spanish.
Okay, why?
Because we're near Mexico. And I studied that. I never got that good in school.
Okay.
I got good enough for Taco Bell.
Let's do one more card. Like 2 more. Yeah.
All right, let's do deep again.
No, you cannot do deep again. You have to pick
icebreaker. Okay.
Deeper.
All right, icebreaker. Yeah. Okay. If we needed a fun, safe word during sex, what would you want it to be?
Red.
Red. Okay. Mine would be help.
So random. So
Okay.
basic.
All right. Last one. Here we go. Look at the timing. Okay. Deep. What's one thing I don't know about you? Oh, this is like This is like a dating. This is like something people to do on a date.
Yes,
Yeah.
I just play the game for
Yeah.
everyone because I feel like it's kind of cool, right?
Yeah.
It's like an open question. Like
Okay.
you want to get to know friends,
She
whatever.
saved money on hiring writers by playing this game. This is why we're in a car in a free parking lot. We're saving money with phones, so.
Totally, yes. All right, so what's one thing I don't know about you? You want tell me first.
Oh, wait, one thing you don't know about me. Oh, you didn't know that I write songs. So look for DJ Sharpcut on Spotify, so my songs are available online, and then you can look for the music videos on YouTube.
Cool. For me, I'm actually super athletic. I speak better English than you had expected.
What kind of what kind of sports do you play?
I play tennis.
I used to play tennis.
You
I
did?
was on my tennis team in high
Oh,
school.
cool. So are you like a pro? What's the level are you?
I mean, I'm not pro, but I mean, I haven't played in years. But I mean, I used to play in my high school team, and then. So
Cool.
you played? Where did you play?
I didn't. I was not pro or anything, but I played for years and years. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I do play tennis pretty well. All right. So we're gonna end this cat jam in the car. I keep saying cat jam in the van for some reason.
But that's
It's like,
because there was a comedy show called Jam in a Van.
oh, that is why. Because I keep saying cat jamming in the van. So yeah, I heard a jamming in the van, right? It's
Yeah.
like they do like shows in the van, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe
Or
that's
outside
why.
the van. They weren't in the van, but they were
not,
outside.
Not
the van.
actually in the van.
Yeah, yeah.
So where the
I don't. I never really went to it.
Oh, cool.
I didn't perform that one.
Yeah,
but-
this definitely is not a van. It's Porsche. It cannot be a van. Okay.
Yeah, it's a really nice one too.
Yeah, it's like, by the way, this is like my favorite color. Tiffany blue is my favorite color. And then,
When did you get it?
not long ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right. So this car is actually custom made. I think Porsche only make like 5,000 this car each
Oh, wow.
year.
Huh.
And it's also EV car as well. You don't need gas.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
All right. So we're going to end this podcast. And Gary, do you have anything to plug? Like anybody can find you
Go
on
to
social.
linktree.com/Sharpcut. Go to Sharpcut Productions for my video production. Go to comedian Gary Sharpcut. Go to comedian Gary Robinson on Instagram, and then DJ Sharpcut on Spotify or Instagram. And then you can find me with my music, my comedy, and my video productions all over the place.
Yes, thank you for being in.
Hey, thanks for
my
having me. It was
podcast.
fun. It's
Yeah.
the first and probably last podcast I'm going to do in a car, unless Seinfeld.
I don't think it's gonna be the last one because
Well,
I think people gonna copy this. You know, but they don't have a cool car like this.
Well,
But,
hopefully Seinfeld will have me on Comedians in Cars getting coffee one day. And
oh
then
my
that-
gosh, yes. I was thinking about like putting some coffee or boba tea here as well next time. But I don't want people to spill the drink. So this car is like the interior is so nice.
Yeah, yeah, it's really
I thought
nice.
about that. And then, all right, so thank you guys for listening.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Yes, thank you, Gary. And follow us, Cat Jam in the car. And also follow me on social official Cat C as well. And I'll see you guys next. Peace.